Oh, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, overcomers. Wherever you may be, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel, Heavenly Bread. If this is your first time here, welcome to this channel. This channel is all about living victoriously as overcomers through Jesus Christ. My name is Ivinia. Welcome. Today, I am going to bring you an attribute of God to ponder on. We've been doing this throughout the month of June, and today, June 21st, the attribute of God to ponder on is God is a judge. God is a judge. And we're going to get right into it with the scriptures. The scriptures for today are Revelation chapter 20, verse 11 to 12, Psalm 50, verse 6, Psalm chapter 7, verse 11. That one is easy to remember, 7:11. And Psalm chapter 58, verse 11. So we'll start with Psalm chapter 50, verse 6. It reads, "And the heavens declare righteousness, for God himself is judge." God himself is judge. God is a judge. Then, not only is God a judge, he is a righteous judge. Psalm 7:11 says, "God is a righteous judge and is angry with the wicked every day." So he is a righteous judge. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8. I don't know if I gave this one in the list. Okay. But 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8 reads, "There is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall award me, and not me only, but all who love his appearing." So here again, it describes God as a righteous judge. And we remember in Genesis chapter 18, verse 25, Abraham and God had a little conversation regarding the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah when God made it known to him. Abraham was basically asking God, he was telling God, this is what he said. He said, "Far be it," he's speaking to God, "far be it from you to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous and the wicked are treated alike." Far be it from you. Like he was saying, you're going to do the right thing, right, God? You're just God. You're going to do the right thing, God. He knew God to be a just judge that judges righteously. And God did just that, because Abraham went and asked him, if you got 5, actually started with 50, all the way down to 5. And God spared Lot and his family. So yes, God is a righteous judge. God hates injustice. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20 says, "Woe unto those who call good evil and evil good." And Proverbs chapter 17 verse 15 says, "Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent are both detestable to God." God is a righteous judge. He judges righteously. He judges fairly. I am glad that God is a righteous judge. We don't have to fear whether we are going to get a fair trial, whether we are going to get justice or not. And so in the earth, as in the earth, judges ask for evidence to be presented before them so they can make their rulings. God also requires evidence. for his ruling. But the difference is God himself collects the evidence. He collects the evidence himself. So no one can bring to God any false evidence. He gets the evidence, he himself. We see that in Revelation chapter 20, verse 11 to 12. I'm going to read what it says. Revelation chapter 20, verse 11 to 12 says, "Then I saw a great white throne, and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before God, and books were opened. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged according to their works, by the things which were written in the books." So God is taking record. God is documenting. He is getting the evidence himself. So we don't have to fear whether we are going to get a fair sentence. He's a righteous judge, and he has all the evidence. And I am glad that God is that judge. He's a judge that we can trust. We can be sure that we get in the right sentence. So if you have been judged unfairly, whether it's in a court of law, or whether it's by people, just people around you judging unfairly, you can take comfort knowing that God is a judge, and he is a righteous judge. I am thankful that he is a righteous judge. He will be judging everyone. As a matter of fact, even right now, he is judging right now. He's judging right now. In Peter, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17, it says, "For the time has come for judgment to begin at the house of God. And if it," meaning the judgment, "begins with us first, what will be the end of those who do not obey the gospel of God?" God is judging everyone, and he's judging even right now. I'm glad that God is that God. He is a judge. We can take comfort in knowing that we get justice from God. He judges rightly. I pray that this attribute of God has given you a deeper relationship with God, make you understand God, or remind you of the God that he is. This is the focus of this attribute of God, this one-a-day attribute of God. I could go much further, but the focus on these attributes of God every day is just to remember who God is. It's just to know who God is. I pray that we ponder on that attribute of God today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, to share, comment, and like this video. And I will see you in tomorrow's one-a-day video. Thank you. Bye-bye.